Hello and welcome to another Dream Team Tonic Deadline stream for game week 32 with myself and Tony. How you doing, Tony? Oh, we thought this would happen.
Honestly.
We've been having a few technical difficulties with the internet. It doesn't look like it's got much better. We got it working just until I hit that live button and now you're frozen again. Yeah, not a great start. I'll take you out and put you back in again. We'll see how it goes. Right, well, I'll start off with a few questions and maybe Tony will come back. You get to look at this nice frozen picture. Let me know in the chat. Is Tony frozen for you or is it just me? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, we'll start off with these questions. So morning, Miss Noopy. Morning, Billy Symes. What do we think about KDB this week? Has he got 2 games in him? Did you hear that, Tony? You've come back for me.
Yeah, I can hear you fine, mate.
Did you hear the whole way through?
Pretty much, apart from as soon as the music stopped, it just froze, typically.
Yeah, you've come back looking clear now. You're all blurry for me and completely frozen.
Yeah, for some reason, the Wi-Fi just drops out completely. No idea why.
You feeling Kev today?
Yeah. I have. I wanted to do things different. I just know it's going to be him and Marmouche should probably going to be so highly transferred in. It's making me feel a little bit bored with it. So I am tempted by doing something different, but I've already got Marmouche. But yeah, I think Kev's a good option, isn't he?
I think I put him in the. Did I put him in the captaincy? No, I didn't put him in the captaincy poll. Currently, captaincy poll is Marmouche flying 69%, Saka 25. I thought that was going to be more 50-50 for the captaincy. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is starting to grow on me. I was looking at maybe Rice for like more guaranteed minutes, but the thought of Kevin De Bruyne is growing on me. But Billy's asking, has he got 2 games in him? I don't think he's got. I'm not sure he's guaranteed for 2 starts, especially with that cup final in game week 33.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? 2 starts, or what do you predict his minutes are?
I think he probably gets 110, 100 minutes, 110. Now he's leaving. I mean, they're not be trying to look after him really. I know obviously you got a semi-final coming up and then a possible final, but he'll want to go out with a bang. I think.
I've lost you again. I'll take you out again, Ty. Everyone in the chat saying you're frozen again. Let's go through with some and then maybe we can bring you back if it gets more stable. Right. Late AVFC. Afternoon, guys. Mateta out for Rice or KDB. I'm having this same dilemma. I normally go into these knowing who I'm going to transfer in out of the 2. Or like both my moves. But this week I'm leaving this one down to the wire. I think maybe Rice or KDB. Mateta's subbed early. Then Gahey for Saliba or take out Nana for Raya. Loads of options there. I think the Gahey to Saliba one feels bigger this week than swapping Mateta out. I know since Mateta has been disappointing, but I still think he's a good option. I'd rather do Gahey to Saliba for sure. But then Onana to Raya. I think Onana will come back in and starting all the games. So I think maybe just keep Onana in and do that Mateta move. But I'm worried Mateta won't play the second game, Mizzle, with it being 3 days, I think, before the FA Cup semi. So yeah, Rice or KDB maybe for Mateta, but I don't think you're guaranteed the minutes from either, are you? KDB could be a start and a half. Mateta could be a start and a half potentially. That's really hard on that last one. Yeah. At a push, KDB, I think maybe, but I think you could be disappointed. Mateta's surely going to take pens now, as they won't be stealing them again. Good morning, Steve. He's going to go for Watkins out to Marmoush and Palmer for either Martinelli or Marino. I don't think Martinelli is going to start this match against Ipswich, if I had to guess. We've been rotating a fair bit, and Martinelli has been one of the only ones that hasn't actually been rotated. So 90 or 89 against Real Madrid, 90 against Brentford, 90 against Real Madrid before that, and then he had his 45 minutes against Everton. So I wouldn't be surprised if Martinelli comes out for Trossard, maybe, in this one, but then plays the second match against Palace. And then there's quite a big gap between Palace and then Arsenal playing Champions League. So yeah, I think Martinelli will probably play Palace. Trying to get ahead of the curve, ready for PSG. It is just a single, though. There will be teams that double in 33. So just depends how much you back Arsenal, I suppose. We did look good against Real Madrid across both legs. Philip, how many double game week players do you have for this week and next week? Yeah, this is a bit of a problem because you've obviously got the teams that double this week, pretty much don't double next week. Well, I think completely don't double next week. So let's just bring up the ticker again. So this week we've obviously got City, Arsenal, Villa, and Palace. And then, yeah, none of those teams double the week after. So then you're looking at the teams with Europe minus Arsenal because it's just a single for Arsenal. So then United, Spurs, Chelsea. So for me, at the moment, this week I'm looking all right. I think this week I might be looking at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doublers this week. But I'll actually only have 1 doubler next week plus probably 2 that'll transfer in. So looking at 3. But I just don't. Who do you trust from Chelsea, Spurs, United? Firstly, just as dream team assets, but then to actually play both in the double, because Amram's already said that he's probably going to rotate quite heavily and focus on it. We've seen Ange do it on and off. Spurs have got Liverpool in the double before their European match, so I can't imagine that's one they're going to go full strength for. Just throw that one. And then, yeah, Chelsea, there's a lot of rotation as well, so I'm not too bothered about not having that many doublers for next week. Tony, you there at all?
Hello?
I can hear you, but no camera. But should we see if that works?
Oh,
Hello.
I've just been around the house turning all kids' Wi-Fi devices off. So I'm public enemy number 1 now.
They're good.
But I've got full signal now.
Yeah, it looks all right now. It looks all right. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
come on.
It's kids on bloody Roblox and whatever else.
Lost where we were now. Oh yeah, do you know how many doubles you're gonna have this week versus next week?
So at the moment I'll have 8 for this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have 2 plus 2 transfers in next week, so 4 for next week. So not many next week. Obviously that's Spurs and United, and
Yeah.
you don't even know if they're boys, will they?
Yeah, I was looking at my team earlier for this reason, and I think I'll only have 3, like after I've made the 2 transfers.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't look good. But yeah, I don't know who you can choose that you're going to be guaranteed.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a bit of a minefield, to be honest.
Have you considered
So,
maybe just picking some single game week players? Maybe bring back Cunha if he plays this week, something like that. Boomo.
do you know, I'd like Cunha for United game.
You just
But
don't
so
know
that's the
for
thing.
certain.
That's why I'm touching on like maybe taking Fernandez out, because is he going to finally give him a rest before the semi-final next game week? He will play today, but I think we'll. Is it today? Tomorrow?
Who
Too
United?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be Sunday because they played Thursday, didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah. Sorry, Sunday. Yeah. But I think Wolves beat them. I
They've
also
won
think
4 in a row,
Bournemouth
haven't
beat them.
they?
Yeah, to be honest, I've watched Wolves quite a bit this season, and they was massively in a false position. They had such a tough start to the season, and obviously then changing managers and stuff like that. But they've got a really tied up squad. Obviously they'll probably lose a few this summer. Cunha would probably be named one of them. If I were Arsenal, yeah, I'd be spending
All over him.
big money on him. Yeah, definitely. So I think now, obviously, City getting Mamouche, I think that kind of leaves it open to Arsenal or maybe United, but United can't just keep throwing money at strikers. Obviously, Hoyland, Xerxes, and all that stuff that's all gone wrong.
They
Yeah,
will.
I'd be all over. They
I
probably will,
think,
yeah.
yeah, I think whoever he goes to will be getting a great player. I think Cunha.
Yeah.
Pickles and Brie, Asensio and Isak out for Rice and Marmouche. Captain, let's hope to see some penalties scored this week.
God, it's been painful, hasn't it? Eze, bloody Saka. Who else missed? 2 for Asensio.
Some people had all 4 misses.
Oh, I mean,
I
that's harsh, isn't it?
I saw
The
some
point
people in
difference there is
comments say
massive.
horrible
The
swing.
swing. Um, yeah, I think Asensio's very much on chopping block for a lot of people this week. De
Do
Bruyne
you
and
reckon, do
Mamouche.
you reckon about taking Isak out? Because it's. Have you got him?
Yeah.
Isak?
No, see, I took him out early, so I rolled without him. It was last week I was choosing between Isak and Watkins. Went for Watkins, obviously. I had a really good week. If it weren't for Isak getting
Yeah.
that goal, and obviously everyone captaining him, I'd have got a topped off a fine week for me. I got away with the Watkins captain. But yeah, I went for Watkins against Southampton, and then he played Rashford, didn't he? So yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you'll bring Isak back in for Ipswich? Even though it's a single?
Um, possibly, depending on ownership, really. Depending on, because if he is quite heavily taken out this week, obviously his ownership will drop nicely, and it's all about that for me. I'm trying to do things a little bit different, and Isak's a good option. If he's lowly owned on penalties with good fixture, yeah, he might beat most doublers in that game.
Greg O'Connor, morning. Definitely doing Asensio to Marmouche. That one seems a popular one. I think that was the final straw, wasn't it? Yeah, last
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
It is weird how if he the minutes have been reduced anyway, but if he'd have scored those 2 penalties, I wonder if everyone would just be piling on him now for this week.
yeah. I think it would be the opposite way around. I guess it would for the double.
The other transfer is right. Oh, hang on. He doesn't know what to do with the other transfer. Raya Munoz, Vardiol, Cucurella, Saka, Rogers, Bruno Eze, Isak, Salah. Who'd you take out of that?
Ah, it's a tough one. You might be only using one transfer there, if I'm honest. I mean, Isak's the one that stands out with the single, and obviously
Yeah.
going back to back singles, singles all the way there for Newcastle. But it's a tough fixture. It's a tough fixture for Newcastle. I think they beat 3-0 in reverse leg, but Duran gets sent off. I remember, so it were one of them where it might have been a different game, 11v11. So I can't look too much into the reverse fixture. So it's a tough one for both teams. But yeah, if you're already getting Mamouche from Asensio, is there another striker you want? A double striker? There's Mateta, Watkins, Rashford. You don't know which one of them to play.
I don't think either of them are nailed, are they, for 2?
No, it's a tricky one. We might just want Isak on penalties and hope it's a bit of a goal fest that game.
Maybe just burn one. I know it's crap, but yeah, maybe just burn one of the moves unless you really want to try Kevin De Bruyne or try Rice. But I don't even Rice. I don't know if he's 100% gonna start. Like it is gonna be 100% like looking towards PSG. There is a bit of gap, but you don't want to take any unnecessary risks because Rice, we're going to 100% have to have him for PSG because Partey is suspended now.
Yeah, so that might see him get wrapped up a little bit more now.
Yeah, possibly.
It's a tricky one, that. I think it's feeling the same with Saka, but so he's back from a long-term injury. Does he keep... How many minutes is he playing over them two? Obviously, if you want to beat PSG over 2 legs, you're going to need Saka.
Yeah.
How many does he play?
I'd guess this week for Saka, it's probably going to be like 70-30 again, but probably, I reckon, probably just another 30 the first game and then, maybe 70-90 in the second, just because there's a week between Palace and PSG. But he has got to build up the minutes to be able to start playing 90, and you never know. PSG, you might end up with an extra time after 2 legs. Yeah, you do need to get the minutes in. Let's have a look. A lot of these are the same. The ones with the whole team make it hard. Jack, doing Asensio and Mateta out for KDB Marmouche. Any thoughts on that? Was torn between Rice and KDB.
Yeah, I mean, KDB performance last week, obviously, put him back on the radar. We spoke about him on the pod as well with Ben. He's going to be a popular option. His ownership's going to go sky high. I like the moves. I like it. I do think Asensio could burn people this week.
Yeah.
Because if it is just off the back of him missing them 2 pens, I mean, you'll probably lose the penalties now, surely. You can't miss back-to-back pens in a game and then go and take the next one.
Well, it'd only be if Rashford's off, isn't it?
Yeah. Mateta as well, obviously got a double. But, I mean, they've looked a little bit leaky at back, haven't they, with 10 goals in 2 games? Whoever had Munoz, Jesus. I think he still came out with 1 point, didn't he, across the 2?
And do you know what? He done all right for all of his usual points, like the tackles, the bonus, and those bits. But it was just the 10 goals conceded.
Got absolutely hammered with the goals. I don't mind that. And like say, Jack, keeping Isak. It's not a bad shout. Save that transfer for next week. Keep him for that Ipswich fixture.
I just think that comparing KDB and Rice kind of feels a bit like KDB we know has got like a mega haul in him. Yeah. But the minutes aren't. There's a chance you get stung with a sub appearance here and there. You don't know. Pep might just completely rotate or change the formation or something. But then again, like you said, KDB, there's no reason why they can't just flat out now till the end of the season with him if he's not staying.
Yeah,
they're not like trying to keep.
It's not their responsibility now, are they?
Yeah,
it's just let him live out. I mean, he's done enough to deserve to start every single game now for the rest of the season.
It's just whether his legs handle it or not.
Yeah, because he has looked quite like I've been saying all season. So whether he sees both them games, I'm not too sure.
And like it is a short term thinking one because he wasn't on the radar at all. The United game, he wasn't very good.
No.
And then
No.
game after that, all of a sudden, great game, looked good. We all won him.
Yeah. That's it. And it is what's part tempting me to go against it because he's going to be so popular. It is one of them recency bias. Because like I said, that United game, I mean, to be fair, I think all 22 players were crap in that game.
But it's the sexy pick, isn't it? Compared to like a Rice.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm thinking even sexier than going Doku or Savinho. Like, but he's just you just don't know who's going to pick.
No.
I know there's rumours Foden's back but won't be starting, but then that means he's going to come on and eat someone's minutes, whether that's De Bruyne's minutes,
Or on the
Doku's
wings.
minutes, Savinho. You don't know where he's going to go. You can play him anywhere. You wouldn't surprise me if he took Marmoush off for him. So it's I do want to go different. Doku, I think. I might.
Michael Hodson, Asensio, Palmer out, Rice, Marmoush in. What do you think? Or actually, we've covered that loads now. But what do you think on a Bowen punt? Southampton home single.
Yeah, lovely fixture, isn't it?
Singles go.
I think I took a punt on him in my fan team. Brought him in for that fixture. I mean, West Ham, they don't look great themselves, but it is a lovely fixture. Bowen get goals. He can hit a big haul. So I mean, I don't mind it. Don't mind it when we like I say you'll get 90. And if you compare that to KDB, you might only get 120.
There's no worries at all, is it? It's all that he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Good show.
What do you think of this one? Super chat from Peter G. So he's looking at doing Onana out to Ortega. So Pep said that Ederson definitely won't be playing this Everton game, but he couldn't confirm when he'd be back. So he wouldn't go as far to say as he'll be missing like the next 2 games or the next 3 games. But double game week this week, would you take the Ortega punt, or do you think you might be booking in a move?
Yeah, I mean, they've got looked great at the back. City conceding still. I like Ortega, but whether he gets both, he's getting one. If you are looking to change your keeper, I'd just look at Raya. I think if you can afford him, I think he gets the double, and then you've got the PSG game. I just think it's a safer option. So if you can afford Raya, I'd go for him rather than Ortega, who might miss the second game. And then if Edison's back, then you've got another transfer to make further on down the line. You want to, obviously, Onana, you were expecting to probably put him in and keep him for the rest of the season, weren't you? But obviously, how things have gone.
I think
I'd go for something safe. Would you? I'll go for Raya.
If he's got the money for Raya, then do it. But I'm just assuming that might mean he's a cheaper option.
Yeah.
If you have got the money for Raya, then just do it because you just makes it easier, doesn't it, till the end? But no, I don't mind that. If it's a budget play, how much is he? Ortega, let's have a look.
He's got to still be cheap.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a budget play, I would definitely do it. I don't mind that.
Yeah, nice one for the super chat, Peter.
Thank you very much. Afternoon, Andy Barnett.
Afternoon, Andy.
Benji, morning lads. Solid double game week players versus top draw single game week players. What's your thoughts on this as we come closer to the season end? That's kind of what we were saying, wasn't it? Cunha, Bumo, Bowen.
Yeah, they've got to come into your thinking, haven't they? The trouble with it is we've got Arsenal still in Europe. Excuse me. Arsenal still in Europe. United still in Europe. Chelsea still in Europe, and Spurs. Spurs, United, and Arsenal have pretty much nothing to play for in the league. So when we're looking at them as doublers, other than Arsenal, I think this week's a little bit different for Arsenal because with the games, people crept up and the gaps getting a little bit closer. So I do think Arsenal will play a little bit stronger. But they've still got one eye on PSG. But with United and Spurs, they're going nowhere.
No,
Like they literally, they might as well
beach
just play
time.
the kids in the league and then really attack and try and win this European trophy. So when we're looking at United being doublers, I don't think they are. Spurs definitely aren't. I mean, you just don't know who they're going to play anyway. So we have to start taking the single players more serious. I wouldn't be against just targeting the bottom three each week with a good singler. It's not a bad option. But yeah, definitely toward like the next 4 or 5 weeks, it's definitely got to come into your mind.
Yeah,
Because
I
when you
don't mind
try
that at all.
to chase,
I don't mind that at all. Like, there'll be differential. People won't think of doing it either, I don't think, will they? Unless obviously they're on this.
there'll be some people just obviously we always say chase fixtures, but with the way the season panning out, the last few weeks, the doubles aren't going to be quite doubles, I don't think.
I agree. We're normally so set in our ways that we want the doubles, aren't we? But I think the last few weeks has just shown that it's just so hard to try and pick them out, I think.
Yeah.
Well, those fighting for Europe, you might be all right with, but then they're not really going to get the doubles unless they've got through to the next round of FA Cup.
Yeah.
Even Amarin said it, didn't he? He said he'd have to play some kids, and the fans would have to understand.
Yeah.
Solanke or Isak out if you had them both? He does seem like he's playing all the games. That's it.
He does, but can he? It's such a tough one. That it's such a tough one. You're gonna, if you've got Solanke in, you're gonna want him for that double next week and hope he gets it. But is he going to get it? I go Solanke out. Although Isak's fixture's he's got a tough fixture. I think you want him for the Ipswich game, don't you?
That's the thing, though. Like the Solanke double, one of them games is Liverpool, isn't it? Have I got that right? Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool there, isn't it?
So if you're Ange, you don't go full strength to beat Liverpool for no reason on the.
No.
Keep Isak, get rid of Solanke. 1 goal in 11 matches, and it was from the penalty spot.
Yeah.
Who'd you rather have in your team for this week, Isak or Palmer?
Well, I've got Palmer. Current form, you'd rather have Isak, wouldn't you? But I'm going to try and give him a bit of a boost. I think he's going to bang at some point before the end of the season.
Been saying this for how long?
For about 6 weeks now.
I'm selling Palmer and keeping Isak. I am. But he does have that double next week, don't he? When's Tony? This is why. When's Tony going to grow his hair out to fit in with the jungle themed room? You're not even in the jungle room, are you today?
No. I'm up in the Radcliffe room today. Jungle room during week. Do you know was I on the pod when he had long hair?
I never saw you with long hair. I only knew you had that display picture with long hair, I think, didn't you, at one point?
Yeah. I had my hair long for a couple of years.
I didn't know you then.
But yeah, I did look a little bit like Tarzan.
Bring it back. Philip Harrison, do I take out Watkins and Asensio this week, or do I take out Isak for Marmoush and Cucurella to Vardy or Timber? I don't think Timber's going to start too. Again, I think Ben White will get one of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think hold Cucurella. Could have had 2 goals that midweek game.
Yeah. And obviously he's got the double again next week. Chelsea are a team that they need to be winning the league games as well. Another reason I'm thinking holding Palmer, because I know he's not doing it.
And then Vardiol.
Yeah. Vardiol. Not ripping up trees, is he? But
I'm trying
Watkins
to
and Asensio, obviously with the rotation.
I'm trying to keep refreshing to see if there's any leaks because it's 3 o'clock. So we've got 15 minutes roughly. It's the 3 o'clock. So I thought we might at least have something coming through, but absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I keep Kukureya. I'd probably keep Isak as well. But obviously, if you want Marmouche, Watkins to Marmouche, I wouldn't be against holding Asensio as well because depending on where you are, Philip, I think there will be a mass exodus from Asensio. He could become a decent differential this week. That's the way I'm looking at things and trying to mix it up a little bit.
His first real quiet week as well, and he has been really good up until that. I was just worried about the fixtures. Looked quite tough with City, Newcastle. They're two. Emery does seem to go like trust the guys like McGinn and Onana and Kamara for these like big games. So I did wonder where he fits in really.
Yeah, he's a bit of a luxury player.
Yeah,
to be having, especially when you're coming up against, well, a Newcastle side that's absolutely flying.
In the middle as well, they're so powerful.
The City side, that's probably recovered a little bit now, City. A few decent results. They look a little bit more at it. So, yeah, 2 tough fixtures.
We've got a super chat from Demetrius. Salah captain, 47 points behind, number 1 in mini league. Is it time to take a risk? So Salah, single game week against Leicester.
I mean, if you go to the odds of somebody this weekend scoring a hat-trick, I think Salah's probably one of the favourites to score a hat-trick this weekend. On the back of that, he's not a bad captaincy option, taking on the doublers. With 47 points, I don't think you have to quite go all in on something like right now. I mean, there's going to be plenty of opportunities. There's still quite a few weeks left. 47 points isn't much. You could probably halve that this weekend.
Next week will be an open one where there's not that many doublers to choose from. Like, I think that could be.
But I don't mind. I don't think it's a bad option. But yeah, when you're going to have very Marmouche is going to be very heavily captained. You might have a lot punting on De Bruyne as well, who bring him in. And you've got the Villa lads all doubling. It's a tough one, but
I'm looking at this poll now. It's 67% Marmouche, 26% Saka. I think if I was chasing and wanted to go differential, just go Saka. I was expecting that to be a lot closer, but maybe it is just a case of just go Saka. Maybe if Saka gets if Saka gets 100 minutes, say, would you rather have Saka or would you rather have Salah 90?
That's the thing. That's where the only thing is that with Saka, obviously you've got two lots of chances of getting bonus points.
He could start both. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, he could get 60 minutes in both across the two, and you know what he can do in a short space of time. He can get up to 7-8 bonus play performance marks easily. So
yeah, I'd go Saka, I think, if I was looking to go different. Shay, would you take out Marmouche, Mateta? Wait, who would you take out? Mateta or Isak? For Marmouche, I'd keep Isak. We keep going back to Isak, but I actually think I prefer Isak 90 than Mateta. Like, he's going to start this first game.
45 in it, Mateta.
Yeah, 45, 50.
Weird. Right, if Mateta were playing 70, 80 minutes a game, I'd say keep him. But at the minute, he doesn't seem to be doing that, so I'd say keep Isak.
Yeah, that's what I'd do as well.
14 minutes left, and they've got Kudos sat in the team.
Oh no! Oh no. That was Kudos was last season. You'd surely rather Bowen than Kudos, unless you can't fit him in with the striker spots.
Yeah, I've got Watkins, Mamouche, and Salah.
Right, I'll skip these ones all slagging off your internet connection. Isak or Salah for Mamouche. You can't take Salah out of those two.
No.
Luke says someone's got to get that man some fibre about your.
Honestly, still haven't got fibre here. It's like they went all the way down the street and just missed coming up line.
Andy says, "Don't get that cheap Venky's broadband." He told you.
Yeah.
Steve saying is Foden an option, but I think people said he's not going to start today. I think you just go for the more recent, don't you? And Kev.
Yeah.
Just trying to pick out some that we're not covering because there's a lot of similar ones. Kevin's going for Saka cap. We've done KDB and Rice to death. Do a poll. KDB or Rice. There we go. Let's sort that out then. Marmouche, hands down, captain. Start a poll. KDB or Rice. It's live.
I've gone full circle here. I've got De Bruyne and Rodgers side my team now. I mean, that's so safe, isn't it?
Rodgers is like 75% now, I think, top 1K.
Yeah, I've got to hope he has a shit week, can I?
Can't see any leaks. Let us know if you've seen anything in the chat. As long as you're reliable. Loads of people you don't have to say KDB in the chat. You just jump on the poll. Aman's in here. He's going for Saka cap. Going for that differential.
Yeah. Worked well for me the other week, didn't it?
Yeah, you was just a bit early, weren't you?
Yeah.
Kevin's saying in the chat, someone said that KDB hasn't travelled. I think someone's being clever on Twitter and saying KDB hasn't travelled to the Everton Stadium. Isn't that what the new one's called? I think they were just being clever there. Funny people.
Funny guy.
Twitter hilarious. How are we looking on this poll? Like 10 minutes to go. You can't. KDB 59%, and it's gone to 60-40 in favour of KDB.
Oh. Right. I can't go Rodgers. That's not sexy enough. Is it not?
It's not, nah. It's a quite tough game. He's nailed, isn't he? But they are quite tough games.
We're going Doku.
Doku. That's wild, but I won't rule it out. I won't put you off of it because you're good at a differential.
It stinks. He's only played 38 minutes last two.
Looks promising.
Come on. Come on. Captain Doku.
Tony Stark
Oh,
hasn't used his goal bonus yet. Is it a good week to play it? 8 doublers. I don't think you're going to get. It's going to be a struggle to get more than 8 doublers now. I think.
Was it not last week, weren't it? We were saying probably the best last week to do it. was it?
I mean, yeah, like last week, it looked like the best last week, and then everyone missed their penalties, and I've seen people come away with like 1 or 2 goals. So there's a big luck element to it. I just think now, if you wait for the European weeks, most teams might just end up rotating before the big game, and then is it a double really?
Yeah, I'd get the players in against Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester. Obviously, got Salah, and here this week. You got Arsenal, so get Saka in. Make sure you got Saka, Bowen, or Kudos, and yeah, maybe double from the Liverpool. Go for it, just not Nunes.
Yeah, I would play it now. I think even like Bowen or someone like that if you wanted a differential, but I would play it. I think you're running out of weeks now, personally. Miss Noofy saying either Rice or Trossard in, please. That I put Trossard in our differentials of the week. Now, it's a differential for a reason. Like it's a differential for a reason. People aren't going to go there. The reason I chose him was because I think Martinelli's probably not going to start, so he'll either play striker or on the wing against Ipswich. I'm pretty sure he starts that. And then it's just whether he ends up getting more minutes because Partey's injured. Rice could move back to DM. Marino could move back to left 8, which leaves the striker spot, which could be Trossard. So it's a big punt. Like, I'm not going to pick him. It's just the nature of our differential of the week is it's differential for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, I forgot it again. I'm going Kudos. Oh,
still nothing here. Nah, the leaks are they're out of
Have
here.
we got Doku starts?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nada. 6 minutes. Get the teams locked in. Get your captaincy set, your vice captaincy set. If you're captain in Doku. Shout out to Cameron's mum, Claire. Turned 70 today. Have a lovely day, Claire.
Happy birthday, Claire.
Who goes between Palmer and Asensio?
Asensio.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you get rid of Asensio, at least you can keep Palmer for next week, I guess. But I think I'm selling both this week. Gary had Asensio cap. Don't let us put you off, mate. Could do well.
Nope.
Where are we at the KDB Rice? 57% KDB, 43 Rice. Michael Hodson, do you think Rice gets rested at Ipswich? I don't know, actually. I think there's more likely going to be rotation in the Ipswich game than the Palace one. I think just fresh off that Real Madrid game, like let people get their feet up.
Yeah.
And I think we've got less incentive now to rest Partey because we don't have to keep him fresh for first leg because he can't play. So that's one position where I wouldn't be surprised if Partey just ends up playing both of these games now.
Yeah. You're the Arsenal expert. No pressure.
I didn't think we'd rotate that Everton game when we was at the meetup. I didn't expect us to go as heavily rotated for that, but then we did practically the same thing, didn't we, for Brentford after?
Yeah.
Do I take out Rashford or Isak for my moosh? I think I'd keep Isak, Rashford now if I had him.
Yeah, he's one that can burn you. All these people taking the Villa lads out Put Villa out of Europe. They've got to win the league games now. They're chasing Europe. They're going to go strong. They're going to go at it. I just think Rashford, Asensio, Rodgers, even Watkins to a degree could burn you. You take them out.
I've seen people say that they think Watkins will start now, but I've just lost any trust in Emery and Watkins now. Like, he had the perfect chance to play Watkins in the Prem game last week, and he didn't, and he chose to go for Rashford in both the games. So
Yeah,
Rashford's his guy now.
Is this something agreed with Watkins and Arsenal? Is there something we don't know? I just find it very strange for a lone player to come in and basically displace a top centre forward, England centre forward, quality player, been there for a good few years now, and then for Rashford to come out and say that basically he's hoping that his performances basically give him a chance at a team across Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a massive game for Villa. And don't get me wrong, Rashford obviously made the mistake for the first goal. But to be fair, he played really well. He did play really well.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and win him over now to be the main man.
I mean, football's football, innit? And it seems there's no loyalty anywhere, but we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes, whether Watkins has already agreed and comes out in summer, he's already off to somewhere, and they want to spend that money on Rashford. He'll then get a nice big contract and down tools.
Dave the Great, Kyrgios Saliba Porro.
Porro don't play the league games, does he? So saving him for the cup. Saliba, he's going to probably get you most games.
Yeah, I think Saliba and Kyrgios will play both this week. I'd go Saliba. Two minutes.
2 minute warning.
Yeah, lock him in. I'm gonna go Marmoush cap. We've got unfinished business.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I reversed my transfer. All right, yeah. I think it's set. Do you know? Last week? No, last week I think I put it set when I up stream. I did all right last week. This week's a little bit. I thought I've been set all week to be fair, but then as the week's gone on,
You went Murphy, didn't you, and smashed it?
Yeah, but I set that in quite early. But then this week it's that I knew I would go in differently, Murphy, because I knew Isak obviously was the popular option for Newcastle. This week with the De Bruyne, I thought I didn't think he'd be that popular. I know it's been spoke about and stuff, but I didn't think he'd be as. I think it seems everybody is Marmoush and De Bruyne.
Yeah, I didn't think. There's a few people in the chat now saying KDB starts. This is what I was annoyed about. Like, I didn't want to have to rely on these leaks because they just drop in like 1 minute before the deadline. Now it's almost like they're just being just dropped so that you purposely miss it almost. Or look, I knew, I knew, but I weren't going to tell you.
Yeah,
I think
that's the deadline.
Yeah, I think all the leaks are behind paywalls now, aren't they? I think. Yeah, 1 minute ago, KDB and Savinho start.
Yeah, so Savinho starting. Have I got away with one? Do you want to know my team?
Yeah, go on. You can't get up on the screen there, can you?
No.
Talk it through. It's fine.
I've gone without Saka again. Obviously, brave move. I'm just hoping that he manages minutes and he doesn't do too much damage. Raya in goal. Come on. Raya in goal. Porro, Vardio, Konza. No change there from last week. Kept Palmer as a differential. Eze still in there with a double. I took out Fernandez and Murphy.
Took out
Another brilliant
Bruno.
move with Fernandez because he's so highly owned. If he does a bit, it doesn't really affect me. I know if he goes off this week, he's going to smash me
Send you the other way.
right back down. And
You're hoping
I've
that
done well.
120 minutes took it out of him and he's going to
I
have
think
a rest or something.
you've got to rest him. Let's hope. So I took out Murphy and Bruno, and I brought in De Bruyne and Kudos.
Kudos, that's out there, that one. That is out there.
It is a bit wild, but I'm hoping he gets between 80 and 90 against Southampton. They're averaging conceding nearly 3 goals a game away from home for the last 5. So hoping Bowen and Kudos can do a little bit of damage there. And
It's
again,
got to be one of them games where he can at least grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Like they're quite counter-attacking at other
play
times.
performance marks. He should be able to get the lot there today, whether he gets assists and goals. So let's see how that goes. Again, any points that Kudos gets, if Saka and Bruno stay quiet, it could fire me up quite a good few hundred places. That so Watkins is in there still, so he's a differential as well. Marmoush captain and Salah.
Nice. I think mine. I've been saying I wanted to go differential, and I thought, do you know what? I thought Kevin. I don't know if we can see the updated transfers in, but I thought. Well, I think Rice and Kevin De Bruyne would have been relatively differential still, but
yeah,
I thought not many people would go KDB, so I started to get the taste for going a little bit different with De Bruyne today. So I've done Asensio, Palmer, both out for De Bruyne and Marmoush, and I've captained Marmoush. So that leaves me Alisson in goal against Leicester. Saliba's got Ipswich and Palace. Munoz, Bournemouth, Arsenal. Vardiol, Everton, Villa. Rodgers, Newcastle City. I've still got Bruno against Wolves, but I do know what you mean. I do think there is a chance that maybe he'll. I guess he'll start, but he can't do 120, and then he just never gets a rest, does he?
No, he never does. To be fair, he's fit as a fiddle, isn't he?
Yeah,
he does. He's one of them proper pros. He never seems to be injured. Plays nearly every minute, and he's not a lazy player. He runs his talents at ground as well. But I fancy Wolves. I think Wolves beat them, so I'm just hoping that even if he does play the majority of the game, he has a quiet one, or he gets a yellow card, and that kind of game.
Then my other guys are just double De Bruyne, Everton, Villa, Saka, Ipswich, Palace. I set him as device, but Marmoush is going to play, isn't he? Everton, Aston Villa for him, and then I've still kept Isak and Salah even with their singles. I just think I don't think there's that many inspiring attackers, are there? That's a bit straight.
The Newcastle game at R5, it's got the potential to be an absolute cracker. Two of the probably current best sides in the league. Could be 3-3, 4-4 that game.
0-0.
Yeah.
I'm hoping no one else has had trouble. Mine have gone through, but our mate Dave is saying that his transfers haven't locked in, and Miss Noopy was saying that hers hadn't changed as well.
Oh God.
Oh no, hers is updated. She said maybe it's just a bit delayed. Hopefully.
Yeah, mine are in there. Who else is there?
Right, get ready. Watch this. Oh no, not officially. No, we're not watching anything. Don't worry.
What was that?
You can't watch the 3 o'clocks.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry, can't watch any football at 3.
Wait for match of day.
Yeah, wait for that. Listen to the radio.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank you very much. We got there eventually.
On
TikTok
Monday.
kids off.
Yeah, by Monday you better have new internet on the way.
Well, I'm all right when I'm downstairs on computer. It's when they kick me upstairs. It's But next time live stream, I make sure all kids are either thrown outside or, I take all the devices off them.
You set one of those timers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, Scott.
See you later.
Have a good
Bye.
day.